Hello, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. I'm David Steinman. Today, I want to talk about a word that mainstream media is terrified to mention. Politicians dance around it, and it represents the single greatest threat to human civilization and the global ecosystem. I'm talking about the N word. That's right, the N word. No, not that one. Not that one. No, I'm talking about the other N word, nuclear war. Everyone is talking about it in the social media and on podcasts. The best rant, definitely the best rant overall, was Malcolm Nance with Mario Nawal. Oh my God. Oh my God, Mario. I'm so sorry I'm not getting your last name right. Let me get the pronunciation right. Let me get it right because I really apologize because I really like your show. So everyone just bear with me. Nawful. Mario Nawful. Sorry, Mario. I'm so sorry. He had the greatest rant with Malcolm Nance. And Malcolm is great. He's one of my very favorite people. I just hope he doesn't go down the route that Swalwell and some of our other Democratic so-called leaders and heroes have gone down, because that's really sad, like Cesar Chavez. Stay clean, my friend. I'm talking to Malcolm. Stay clean, drink your coffee, stay sober. So anyway, what everyone is talking about is a post from Marjorie Taylor Greene. And she says the Donald J. Trump administration is discussing using tactical nukes. She writes, yes, you read that correctly. It's real. I'm not speculating. I know. And it's pure evil. Now, this is not something that we should ignore. We should get it out there and stop it. This is too far. And this president is mad. Let me just tell you something. He put up a new Truth Social tweet that said, hey, getting Iran to stop building nuclear weapons is no longer our number one goal. It's not that important. He just pulled us out of South Korea, gave the green light to North Korea. We have no carrier in the Pacific for the first time since the World War II. He's giving the green light to China. The world is in flames, and this man may decide to use tactical nukes. I don't know if he will or not, but I'm taking this very seriously. So what I want to do right now is talk to you about the consequences that other people are not talking about. I'm not talking about the politics of it. This has to stop. Everyone has to get out there and stop the president. This man needs to go. Any way possible, he needs to go, because this is really serious. We live in a moment where global tensions are at an all-time high since the Cold War. Yet if you turn on cable news, it's treated like an abstract geopolitical chess mat. Talking heads debate actual strikes and missile defense shields as if a nuclear exchange is something we can manage, clean up, and recover from. As an environmental journalist, a consumer health advocate, and the author of Diet for a Poisoned Planet, I'm here to tell you that this is a catastrophic lie. A nuclear exchange is not a military event. It's the absolute permanent destruction of the global environment. Today, we're going to look past the political theater and expose the brutal clinical reality of what the N-word actually means for our air, our food, our water, and our survival. Let's bypass the initial blast radius. We all know about the fireball. We know about the immediate loss of life. But as environmental enforcers, we have to look at what happens to the planet after the smoke clears. And as you work in environmental enforcement with my nonprofit, the nonprofit group for which I'm chief officer, Chemical Toxin Working Group, also known as Healthy Living Foundation. The greatest threat to humanity isn't just the initial explosion, it's nuclear winter. Modern atmospheric modeling shows that even a localized regional nuclear conflict, say a back and forth exchange using less than 1% of the world's current nuclear arsenal, would ignite massive uncontrollable firestorms. Cities, oil refineries, and industrial complexes would burn for weeks. Millions of tons of black carbon and soot would be lofted into the stratosphere. Once that soot enters the upper atmosphere, it blocks out the sun. Global temperatures will plummet. We're talking about a sudden artificial ice age triggered in a matter of days. Rainfall would drop drastically across the globe. Think about what that means for global agriculture. In a regional conflict, crop growing seasons in the American Midwest, Ukraine and China would virtually disappear. In a full-scale exchange, the planet would plunge into a decade-long twilight. You cannot grow food without sunlight. You cannot sustain livestock without grass. We're looking at a global famine that would collapse the food chain within months, starving billions of people who were thousands of miles away from the actual blast zone. Now, let's talk about my domain, chemical toxins and long-term contamination. When these weapons detonate, they release a deadly cocktail of radioactive isotopes, specifically strontium-90, cesium-137, and iodine-131. These aren't just invisible particles that float away. They are environmental predators. They settle into the soil. They're absorbed by the roots of crops. They enter the grass that dairy cows eat. concentrating directly into the commercial milk supply. My work writing Diet for a Poisoned Planet and my new book, Raising Healthy Kids, Protecting Your Children from Hidden Chemical Toxins, have exposed how industrial chemicals and pesticides bioaccumulate in our food chain, slowly causing cancers, autoimmune diseases, and reproductive failures. Radioactive fallout does the same thing, but at a hyper-accelerated lethal scale. Strontium-90 mimics calcium. When a child consumes contaminated food or milk, their body mistakes that radioactive isotope for calcium and deposits it directly into their bones and bone marrow, leading to leukemia. Cesium-137 mimics potassium, embedding itself in muscle tissue and organs, poisoning the body from the inside out for decades. The thyroid gland absorbs iodine-131, leading to increases in cancer for that gland. The global water table will become compromised. The oceans will face unprecedented acidification and radioactive runoff and fallout. There is no way to throw this pollution. There is just no way to throw it. Very elements of life, the air we breathe, the water we drink, the soil we cultivate, these become the weapons that kill us. That's what the president is offering when he discusses this. The American policy has always been, we will never use nukes in a first strike. They are always defensive, and only after another country has attacked us with nuclear weapons. That has been the policy ever since August 6th and August 9th, when we exploded nuclear weapons in Japan to end World War II. Let's connect the dots. This brings us to the ultimate question. Who's protecting us from this reality? It's not the president. The president is mad. He wakes up one day and says, Iran can never have nuclear weapons. He wakes up another day and says, Iran can, well, it's not that big a deal. He gives them away to North Korea. I'm telling you, this man is mad. He holds a grudge against Oman for God knows why, and tells Oman, our partner since 1835, but he's going to bomb the hell out of them, or whatever he said, whatever profanity he used. These are his friends. These are our friends. I'm sure they've bribed him with much money, and this is who he is. He's mad. I hate it when talking heads try to give complex answers to this. The man is mad, and he's suffering from dementia, and he can't remember. Right now, Washington leadership is failing to address the gravity of this threat. We have a political establishment that treats billions of dollars in nuclear modernization program like a corporate stimulus pack, rather than a slide toward global suicide. Our president doesn't know history. Our position has always been that we as a nation would never use nuclear as a first strike weapon, certainly not to destroy a civilization for political gain. This is exactly why I'm doing a follow-up Russ later this week on why the current old guard of the Democratic establishment, figures like Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, are the wrong people to lead after November. We need leaders who understand systemic threats, whether it's corporate chemical dumping in public lakes like Lake Maripos, or the existential threat of nuclear brinksmanship. Use nuclear weapons. This president may want to explode Pickaxe Mountain in Iran and just say, I blew up their nuclear facilities. Well, you can't do it from the bombing externally. You'd have to have a whole team in there planting nuclear weapons. But he may do it for the theatrics because he's not a talk show, reality show president. I'm going to publish a full, heavily cited written report on this entire atmospheric and toxicological catastrophe on Medium. I think it will be for the Environment magazine. I'm working on it now. I want you to read the hard data for yourself. The link to my Medium publication is by David Steinman. You can find it there. I'll let when it's up, but you can subscribe at Medium to my newsletter and get it that way too. If you want to support independent credentialed journalism, please go to Amazon.com. You can get my new book, Raising Healthy Kids, Protecting Your Children from Hidden Chemical Toxins. And you can subscribe to my podcast at Official David Steinman on YouTube. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. I wanted to get this out because it's been on my mind. And if you've been listening to social media, it's on your mind. Talk to your kids. Tell them to talk to their friends. This is insanity that we're even discussing the use of tactical. I'll talk to you again real soon.